Okie dokie. Whew. Okay, we're gonna hop right in this. If you are a Christian man who wants to finally get in the best shape of your life and you haven't been able to, then follow along on my journey getting there. Okay? So, as of yesterday, January 1st, here's my metrics. When I did my InBody scan, first let me tell you what we're gonna do. First, I'm gonna tell you where I'm at, then I'm gonna tell you where I want to be, and then I'm gonna tell you my plan, my very simple plan for getting there, because complexity fails, simplicity scales. That's more of a business sort of phrase. However, you can use it in basically every area of your life. And the more simple we can break things down, then the better chance we have of actually executing it and consistently doing it. So right now it's 5:07 a.m. January 2nd. Okay. Yesterday, January 1st, I did my InBody scan. My body, my water in my body was 101.6 pounds. That's how much water is in my body. My dry lean mass, my bone, tissue, muscle, all that, without any water, is 37.3. Fat was 36 pounds. So I got 36 pounds of fat in my body right now. Total weight was 174.9, which is the highest that I've ever been in my life. Okay. Skeletal muscle mass, so with the water added in, 79.8 pounds. So just about 80 pounds of muscle on this body. Percent body fat is 20.6. So just round it up to like 21. So about 21% body fat, right? Now, where I would like to be is I would want, to get up to, if I can get up to 200, to 190, that's sort of my goal for the end of the year would be 190, which is quite a big goal, but that would be 15 pounds, and I want to be at percent body fat of 18%. So gaining quite a bit of muscle, just a tiny bit of fat. Okay, so big goal, but I want to set an ambitious goal, set something that's pretty big and far, and something that's going to be a big difference. So let's get into how I'm actually going to do this very quickly, and then I'm going to actually literally show you in the video me doing it. So instead of just telling you, I'm going to actually show you. So the first things first, we need to look at how I'm going to do this. Now, to me, getting into the best shape of my life means two things. I need to have good cardiorespiratory fitness, and then I need to be able to uh, have bigger muscles, be stronger, and be able to move things a lot with my muscles. So that's going to include strength. It's going to include hypertrophy. It's going to include muscular endurance. So, however, I want my program to be very simple. And I like working out pretty much every day because I enjoy working out and I want to move my body. And the more I can move my body every single day, the better I'm going to end up. However, I don't want to do it for a long time. So my workout is going to be about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. Okay. So moving along here, here's how it's going to break down. I'm going to focus on two components. The first is something for cardiorespiratory fitness. The second is going to be something for the muscles. So the first one is just some cardio. Now, for the first week, I'm gonna take it pretty easy because I'm just getting back into this. I haven't worked out for like a couple of weeks consistently or a couple of months consistently. Okay, so first one is gonna be cardio. However, it's gonna be a special form of cardio. That's gonna be weighted interval cardio. So all that's gonna be, we break down these three components. The first part is weighted. So that means I'm gonna add some sort of resistance to my body. So I'm gonna be wearing a weight vest. The first week, however, I'm not gonna be wearing a weight vest because I'm getting back into it. I don't wanna break down my joints too fast. So I'm gonna take it easy. I'm hopping on the treadmill. I'm gonna show you a couple more things once we get there, how I'm doing it. Okay. Then the second part of that is interval. So interval means I'm going to be going slow then fast, slow then fast, slow then fast. So this is going to be based off of some Japanese, that popular research stuff about Japanese interval walking. That's more efficient. Basically, I want to get more bang for my buck. Slow, fast, slow, fast. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that again as we get over there. And then of course, cardio, just meaning that we're like, moving our legs and we're keeping our heart rate going. Okay. The second thing I'll be using, which will be for the muscles, is Going to be just a very, very, very simple way of doing this. It's going to be one set for 25 reps. Okay, so I'm going to be doing 5 main exercises. The 5 exercises I'm going to be doing is the first one I'm going to be doing is going to be a leg press. Then I'm going to be doing a chest press. And then I'll be doing some sort of pull down or row. This week will probably be a pull down. And then I'm going to do an ab crunch. And then I'm going to do an RDL, a Romanian deadlift. Okay? So those 5 exercises, and I'm going to do 1 set for 25 reps. And the way that I'm going to do this is that each week I'm going to have my set weight. So let's say for leg press, it's like 200 pounds, okay? Or 150, let's say. I'm going to do 150 for 25 reps. What I'm going to do is in the next week, I'm going to increase that weight by 10 pounds. So then I'll go from 150 to 160 and move it up. And then the following week, I'll move it up from 160 to 170. And then the next week, from 170 to 180, and so on and so on. And each week, I'm going to be moving it up by 10 pounds. Now, what you're going to realize very soon is that when you're moving it up in weight, there's going to reach a point at which you're not able to do all 25 reps at once, which is completely fine. Because then, if I need to stop before I hit 25 reps, then I will rest for 10 seconds max and then continue until I get to 25 reps. And I'll keep pausing for a maximum of 10 seconds until I get to 25 reps. Now, what that's going to do is over the period of a full year, what that's going to do is going to take me from a place where I'm doing high rep ranges right now with light load, which is going to help me build my tendons. It's going to increase blood flow. It's going to get me back into training. It's going to be easy on my body. Over time, each week when I move up the weight, it's going to transition my training from high rep light load to something that's a bit more slower. That's going to be heavier and going to be more strength and hypertrophy focused over time. However, I'm going to be showing you mainly the results for the first 30 days, and then I'll show you perhaps later at the end of the year sort of what the results are based off of this very simple system. Okay, so let's move on to the actual workout portion so that I'm not just giving you words and saying what I'm going to do, but I'm going to show you literally what I'm doing. So this is what I'm doing. For the first week, again, I'm only doing the interval cardio part of that with the 1 set for 25 reps. Okay, let's hop into it. So as we move over here now, position the camera. Okay. So the main thing to keep in mind here is that the treadmill is, we're going to have it set to, the treadmill is going to be at max incline. So it's going to be 15 incline on basically every treadmill that you go on, okay? If that's max incline. And the reason for doing this is just because it makes it a little bit harder when you have to go at that incline. It makes you lift your legs a little bit higher, and it's going to increase the amount of, you could say, resistance in the body. So it's going to make it a better workout for me. Once it gets to 15, I'm going to increase the speed to 1.5. And 1.5 will be my slow speed, and then 3 speed will be my fast speed for today. Okay, that may change over time because we can either change in weight or we can change in time or intensity. So I'm going to come on here. I have this handy dandy little fitness timer, and I have it set to, it's going to go for 1 minute and then buzz, and then go for another minute and buzz, and so on. And so I'm going to do this for 5 total rounds, and 1 minute slow, 1 minute fast, 5 rounds is going to equal 10 minutes of this cardio. Okay, so I'm going to attach my safety on here just in case, you never know. And then I'm going to start moving here and start the timer. So it's going to buzz. I'm going to attach it down here on my waist so I can really feel it. And then here begins. So the reason why I'm going to give you some understanding of why I'm choosing certain things. The reason why I'm choosing weighted interval cardio is because one, I don't want to be doing like an hour of cardio a day. Okay. At least right now in my life, I don't want to do that. I have a 5-month-old son. I've been married for about a year, and I just want to get in here and I want to get my workout in. I like working out, but I don't want it to be a limitation where, oh, I can't do it for 2 weeks because I just don't have time. You know what I'm saying? So I need something very simple that I can follow. And so if you find yourself being someone who, okay, there we go. So we're moving up to speed 3 because it buzzed. Okay, now we're moving. And of course, this first week is going to be relatively easy because I have no weight. Okay, but I'm just getting back into it. So hopping back into the reason why I'm doing this is the weighted part is going to add extra resistance. So next week we'll add some weight. And the resistance, because it's adding extra load to the body, then that means my body's going to have to work harder. So people who are heavier, who are, overweight or obese or whatever, it's going to be harder for them because they have more weight. And so that's what I'm simulating. I'm simulating just having a heavier body, which means my body is going to have to work harder, which means I'm going to get better results. So, and the reason why I'm doing the interval, okay, now I can slow down because it buzzed. The reason I'm doing the interval is because I want some heart rate variability. And not, that might be a confusing term, because there's heart rate variability in which your heart by itself will change speed very slightly. I'm talking about, I want to see my heart go from, beating kind of slow, wherever it's at. Let's look at it. Let's say it's beating at like 80 beats per minute on slow. Then I want it to jump up to like 120 beats per minute on fast and go up and down, up and down. And it's also going to allow me to, when it's on slow, to be able to rest, and when it's on fast, to really give it my A effort. And so it's just going to be more effective use of my time. So let's see if we can get a heart rate reading here. Okay, now we're going fast again because it buzzed. Okay, this is coming into the second round now. We're doing 5 rounds total. Now, moving along here, trying to get a heart rate reading. I'm not really seeing it on here. It looks like, hold up, it's measuring. Okay, it looks like 112 beats per minute right now. So, yep, 111. So we're getting up there. So this is exactly what I want. I want to be able to get up here, move my heart rate up, move it down when I rest. So you might be wondering, okay, how is this going to get me into the best shape of my life? If I'm only doing 10 minutes of this 5 days a week, how is this going to get me into the best shape of my life? So there's a couple things there. Let's slow down because it buzzed. The first is that I want something that is sustainable, something that I can do for the rest of my life. Because health and fitness is not about something that you do just once or something that you just do for 3 months and then stop. It's about crafting a lifestyle, crafting a pattern of habits that you can follow. So, you got to think about it in 2 categories. There are things that you do that pull you towards the version of you that you want. And then there's things that you do that pull you away from the version that you want. And then it becomes very simple. The only way to become the person you want to be, the only way to be the version you want, the only way to live the life that you want is to do, let's speed it up because it buzzed, is to do as many things as possible that pull you towards that version of you, and do those things over and over and over and over again. And then the things that pull you away from that version of you that you want, to stop doing as many of those things as you possibly can. Because if you think about it as like a tug of war, if you do some things, let's say like you exercise, and that kind of pulls you towards the version of you that you want. But then later in the day, you go and you get some fast food. Okay, well that kind of pulls you in the opposite direction. So it pulls you away from the healthy person that you want to be. So now you're in a tug of war between the future version that is better and the current version that is less than that future version. And so you have a future version of you that is really healthy, that is wealthy, has good money, has great relationships, has an awesome life. And then you have a future version that life kind of sucks. Like, it's all right, but it's not as good as it can be. Not very healthy, in debt, not very much money, not very great relationships. And so if you do the things that bring you towards the version that's better, then you're going to get there. But if you're doing the things that are pulling you towards the bad version of you, then you can't be surprised when you become the bad version of you. And so it becomes very, very simple. It's, okay, do you want to be that good version, or do you want to be that bad version? And whatever you decide, then you got to start doing the things that are pulling you towards whichever version that you want. So I believe, once we go to the fast again, that'll be the fourth round. And then we'll have, right now, the fourth round. And then we're going to have one more round after this. So let's check my heart rate right now. See where I'm at. I'm at 112. But when I was doing the fast, I was at 128. So heart rate's doing good. Going up, going down. Now it's at 117. So we're moving along here. And so going back to the reason why I'm doing this is because I needed something I could do every day, 5 days a week, and just do it over and over and over and over again. And doing this for 10 minutes a day is basically no excuse to not do it. And it's a good baseline. What I needed a baseline. I needed something I could come back to when I don't have tons of time. Because there might be some days when I have time. And when I have time, I could do maybe a longer workout. I could do something with friends. I could do more. And if I want to add that in, maybe I add in some specific program, where I do some workouts, once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week that are more intense. I can do that. But when things fail, when life gets busy, when I don't feel like doing anything, I need a good baseline how to get there. So we got one more round here, and then we're going to be done with the interval cardio section. Then we're going to move on to the weight section, the actual resistance training, the 1 set for 25 reps. I'm going to show you how that kind of goes. So, okay, there we go. Going into fast. Here's the last round of fast. Let's get moving. Let's see what the heart rate is at. Let's see here, measuring. And one thing that I just want to mention, okay, here we go, 109 beats per minute. Let's go fast. So one thing I want to mention is that, my blood pressure throughout my life has been a little bit elevated. Usually like 127, almost 130, over usually like 85 or almost 90, okay? And at one point they wanted to put me on blood pressure medication because I went to the doctor's office and got it tested out and it was elevated, right? Maybe I was nervous, who knows? Even though I was going to a doctor that I've seen since I was like 5 years old. So I'm comfortable with my doctor. Let's go ahead and stop this. I went to the office And they tested it, and it was very elevated. I don't remember what it was, but it was very elevated. And they're like, okay, we need you to stay here. You're gonna lay on the bed for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna retest. So I lay on the bed, for 10 minutes, just try to take a nap. I just close my eyes, breathe, try to, lower my heart rate and relax myself so that my blood pressure goes down. After 10 minutes, they come in. I sit up, wait a minute or two, put the cuff on, we retest. And what happens? It's like way higher. It went from like 140 over like 90 something to like 160 over like 90 something. So I was just I don't know what I was, so nervous, so whatever. So anyways, the point of that being is that now I tested my blood pressure the other day, and it was 114 over, was it 67 or something like that? So much, much better. So keeping in mind, this is what we're doing. Now we're going to be moving on to the one set for 25 reps for these exercises right here. So let's move into the garage. Okay, garage is very messy. That's okay. Let's turn the light on. Boom, let there be light. Just turn it. Okay. Let's move through here. Right, I thought, oh man, I'm gonna wait till I got the gym all set up perfect, and then I'll shoot my video, But then it's like, come on, bro. Like, nothing's gonna be perfect. Just show it how it is. This is how life is right now. So let's zoom out here so you can see me. Okay, perfect. Angle this down a little bit. Maybe lower it right there. Okay, so first thing we're going to be doing is the leg press right here. So I'm nice and warmed up, so everything should be good. I believe last time I was on like 11. So we'll stay on 11 right now. Again, we're going to keep on 11 for this week, and then next week we'll move to 12, and then 13, and then 14, and so on and so on. So let me get into position here. So reason why I'm doing these exercises right here, like leg press, because I want to hit pretty much most muscles of the body. So once I'm in position here, make sure my back is straight, I'm breathing good, in good position, my knees are aligned with my toes, and I'm going to press sweep. So now I'm going to do 25 reps. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we had a little bit of an issue here. An alarm went off. My alarm to get ready. So let's hurry up, finish the rest of this. I finished the 25 reps. So let's come over here. Let me make sure that we're recording and everything. Good, okay. Coming over here. Hold on. Just making sure. Okay, coming over here. We're gonna be doing the chest press now. Let's set this to an appropriate weight. There we go, hop in here. Legs are feeling good. Now my arms are about to feel good. Come in here, chest up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25. Okay, good. Oh, now I'm gonna do the pull down. That one's gonna be a bit heavier. I think I was on 9. Let me check. Oh, Yeah, 9 was where I was at. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 more. 21, 22, 23, 24, last one, 25. Nice. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the ab crunch. My set to 5, which will be 50 pounds. Let's take this off. Swap it out. Oh, for the rope. Okay. And as you can see, I'm getting a little out of breath right now. Take a look at the heart rate. It's about 123. So even though I've stopped doing the cardio, my heart is still pumping good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 more, 21, 22, 23, 24, 35. Oh my gosh. Okay, now last one. Make sure we're still recording. Okay, good. Last one is gonna be right here, and it's gonna be the Romanian deadlift. We're pretty close to the Romanian deadlift. Let's swap these out. Oops. Gonna get a straight bar here. Take these handles off. Oh man, this is raw, man. This is raw. Okay. Get the bar on. Set this to 9. Okay. Get my feet in here. Get my positioning. Get it up. Okay, here we go. 1, squeeze the glute to the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, gotta regrip. 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 more. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Mansers. Whew. Okay, so there we go. We did one set of 25. Let's see my heart rate. Let's check it. measuring. It's measuring 151. So as you can tell, even with doing the one set of 25, I'm still able to get some cardiorespiratory fitness in. As you can tell, because I'm breathing pretty heavy. So that's part of the reason why I like this, is because I'm still able to get some cardio in, in addition to what I did before. That's it for the video today. Just a recap of what we did. Showed if you are, and specifically, I'm a Christian man, and so if you are a Christian man and you feel like you've just struggled with getting into the best shape of your life, this right here is a documentation, and the following videos will be a documentation of me using a very simple system to get into the best shape of my life, a system that is sustainable, a system that I can repeat over and over and over again, and a system that I can use even when life gets busy. Gets busy. Oh my gosh. Even when life gets busy. Because this workout is like 20 minutes long. And that's it. Very simple to do. Just two things, a cardio and then the one set of 25s. I'm excited for what's next. Welcome to 2026.